to Bombay, which of course is now Mumbai, since it's all changed and it's much better. But anyway, the story goes, to Bombay, a travelling circus came. They bought an intelligent elephant, and Nellie was her name. Now, of course, it's a circus, and I'm sure they would have kept them in much better conditions than they would many, many years ago. But one dark night, she slipped her iron chain, which of course was terribly painful for her, and of course we hope that all animals are never subjected to anything quite as vicious as being kept in iron chains. But she slipped her iron chain and off she ran to Hindustan, and she was never seen again. Now, Nellie the elephant, she packed her trunk and she said goodbye to the circus, and off she went with Trumpty Trump, not Donald Trump, of course, President Trump over in America, or indeed a bottom burp, that kind of Trump, which was very, very prevalent in the dormitories in Eton, in my day anyway, depending on what was on the menu. And she said goodbye to the circus. Off she went with Trump. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and she trundled off to the jungle. Now, of course, we have to assume by this it was of course an Indian elephant, as she was in Mumbai, and she ran to Hindustan and the jungles there. But of course there are the African elephants as well, which also need protecting, remarkably so though. Of course all animals need protecting, but of course the plight of the elephant, the rhino, etc., is something very, very close to my heart. Now, night by night, she danced to the circus band, which of course no animal should be made to perform. It's complete wrong these days. But when Nellie was leading the big parade, she looked so proud and grand. No more tricks, thankfully, for Nellie to perform. They taught her how to take a bow, and she took the crowd by storm. The head of the herd, of course, was calling far, far away. They met one night in Silverlight on the road to Mandalay. So Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus, and off she went with the trumpety Trump, 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 Trump. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus, and off she went with her trumpety Trump, 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 Trump. Remember, hands, face, space. Maybe that's what Nellie was doing. She was trying to distance herself. But of course, elephants don't have hands. But of course, I'm sure she would have kept her trunk marvellously warm and washed, of course. But I'm not sure if she would have got a mask big enough to fit the trunk. Maybe we need to look at that. Who knows?